Plain Jane on my wrist, for real. LV on my chick, for real. Waco taking risks, for real. Went through hell to get to this, for real. I'm not puzzle making lists, for real. I stay low and stack my chips, for real. You keep looking for a flip, for real. That's not wealth, that's rich, for real. 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 Really real. Really real. Really real. Really real. For real. For real. For real. For real. No liens on the whip, for real. I get bored, I take a trip, for real. Take a loss, I never trip, for real. Been in shock, I'm not a lick, for real. Don't trust the soul, it's on my hip, for real. Make a move and you get hit, for real. No pictures by the crib, for real. Can't let them know just where I live, for real. 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 Really real. Really real. Really real. Really real. For real. For real. For real. For real. Plain Jane on my wrist, for real. LV on my chick, for real. Waco taking risks, for real. Went through hell to get to this, for real. Trendsetter, I got style for you. Ain't seen you at the top, it's been a while for you. Big you up and they look down on you. Take one loss, no one's around for you. I won't stop, no, 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 no. I won't stop, I won't stop. I won't stop, no, 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 no. I won't stop, I won't stop. Yeah. I'm so handsome. All in Carmine's with my Benz, I'm so fancy. No romancing. Got my baby and she right, she make you vanish. No time to play, got book dates. Had a plan, only had to wait. Always knew I'd make a way. Send a bill, they send a pay. Keep it real, keep the record straight. Keep it real, no time to fake. All authentic in my own lane. I am me till I'm in the grave. Trendsetter, I got style for you. Ain't seen you at the top, it's been a while for you. Big you up and they look down on you. Take one loss, no one's around for you. I won't stop, no, 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 no. I won't stop, I won't stop. I won't stop, no, 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 no. I won't stop, I won't stop. Ooh, never panic. Get a worry, send it up and then advantage. Yeah, I can't stand it. Out of all the way you move and see you scrambling. On offense, no defense. Stood strong, no weakness. Used to say I wouldn't beat this. Now they wish they could beat this. Tables set, now tables turn. God's plan, don't say a word. Know the price, cause I know my worth. My time, get what I deserve. Trendsetter, I got style for you. Ain't seen you at the top, it's been a while for you. Big you up and they look down on you. Take one loss, no one's around for you. I won't stop, no, 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 no. I won't stop, I won't stop. I won't stop, no, 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 no. I won't stop, I won't stop. SOS.
Good morning all. Hope everyone is well. Hope everyone is good. Happy Thursday today. Let's get it. Let me see how all systems go. As far as we look, everything looks good here. And yeah, let's get it. Let's get straight into it. and see what's going on. Gold absolutely melting over yesterday. If only I held, for those who know. Would have been absolutely insane. So yeah, this is going to be interesting to see what we're going to do on that and run down the analysis here. So let's start off here with the calendar as always. So Thursday, have a bit of PPI. We had CPI yesterday. CPI numbers come back as expected here. So inflation staying a little bit higher, which typically should mean that, hey, will give dollar strength because they don't want to reduce interest rates as fast since inflation staying high. If inflation dropped yesterday, we would have seen gold strength come back, which is nuts to think that dollar strength is still continuing. Now, if we look at today, we're pretty clean until New York session. New York session, we have a little bit of unemployment claims, and then we have Bailey speaking and Powell speaking tonight, which is tomorrow for me, but it will be tonight for most people. And then we come at it tomorrow for Friday. So interesting to see what they will say. This is not really in our trading time, so it doesn't really bother us. And yeah, PPI is PPI, you know, and we'll see what that comes out as. So unemployment claims, they're expecting numbers to come out just slightly higher, so nothing really crazy. Probably expect a similar move where we just see a spike. So looking at the charts here, starting on GJ is still holding this range, okay? So we spoke about this range since the beginning of the week. This support down here at 196, basically 197 you could call it, 197. 197, we've been holding this range, not going down, not dipping below it. We keep trying to attempt towards the upside but fail. Even yesterday, we took buys. Inevitably, it did end up coming down with news here. Right now, we're bouncing out of that zone again, and we're trying to make ourselves back towards the upside. If we look at buys, previous daily candle here is closing bullish, previous 4 hours closing bullish. So buys do make sense in terms of a bias perspective. Looking at what lower time frame is doing, I feel like we could see the same setup come through as yesterday, which I'd be looking for pullbacks to potentially continue bullish. Those pullbacks I would look for into 197,500 and for it to respect this support zone. If we start to lose 197,300, 340, we could see this retrace back to the bottom of the range and again try to bounce off the bottom of the range. So again, if we're going to continue outside of the zone, it gets a little bit trickier as we start to not open up into clean ranges. We start to open up into this consolidation range. So I feel less confident trying to buy as a breakout, especially into a 4-hour resistance with not a very big target to the next 4-hour resistance here, about 24 pips. So we'd need to see how price action forms above, what type of closures, do we get liquidity grabs, etc. Right? Once we understand that, then we can look to maximize and see what's going on. Instead of USD strength coming through here, yesterday we saw the new CPI news dump. What's this? Dump GBPUSD here started to range, and then Asian session today giving a small move towards the downside as well. Looking on weekly, we are very extended, almost reaching weekly support, which is pretty nuts, to be honest. This is extreme, you know, pushes here, to be honest, for GBPUSD. Very, very heavy towards the downside. Quite a super trend. No significant pullbacks yet for this week. So we're sitting at this strong daily support right now. This is like the last barricade here, you know. This is where I'd expect, okay, fine. If we're going to bounce out to somewhere, we'd want to see supports form from here. To be honest, if we lose this 4-hour support down here, then yeah, weekly support is going to be target. And I would expect at least an attempt to range, if not a bounce. Otherwise, it's very bad for GBPUSD. It's lost a lot of percentage here. So for today's session, sitting at daily support, sitting at 4-hour support, it's going to be quite tricky there. And I would love to trade 2 targets here. So price could range as it ranged yesterday in London, or we could end up creating some sort of structure here. So the deeper we pull back here, we could get liquidity grabs that end up closing below and giving us sells towards the downside back below daily support right now. But I would love to see the deeper this pullbacks, the better, give me more confidence to see the sells come through here. Now gold, very interesting on gold here. Man, yesterday I did take sells on gold yesterday, but not I expected a big move. 100 pips was what I was predicting, not a 500 pip move in all of yesterday to today. So we've dumped 500 pips, which is absolutely crazy. Sniper entry, I think I have it on my other charts here. Yeah, this was the entry yesterday. I mean, you can't really predict these type of moves here, but a runner would have been cool here. I was attempting to leave a runner, but just to leave a runner to do its thing, I think would have been very, very interesting here to just leave a runner and say, okay, let's see what happens with this runner and let it do its thing. So yeah, this is pretty insane. We took this during NY session, closed out somewhere around at the supports here, and then yeah, runner was going to be an option. So that was a very clean position yesterday. Definitely was correct with the analysis being analysis was basically correct here in terms of price moving towards the downside, and yeah, kind of got that one. But to see a 500 slightly correct, yes, to see a 500 pip, I think that's pretty hard to imagine. And that's where runners can pay off, right? That's where runners can pay off, is that if you just leave a runner to do its thing and set break even and let it do its thing. But hey, you don't go broke taking profits. There's always woulda, coulda, shoulda, right? It's like buying Bitcoin back at 10k. Wish you would have done that and left it. So that's the type of thing here. So looking at gold, what the hell are we going to do now, right? What are we going to do now? Well, we're very extended. For me, it feels very strange to be selling at these lows now after we've had such a push from yesterday. There's no relief in this push down here, not even 1 hour relief. We've basically had maximum 1 hour, one hour candle pullbacks here. Wouldn't even consider this two, would consider this just 1 hour pullbacks. And where have we come to? So on a weekly time frame, we're in no man's land. Daily time frame, we're trying to breach below the daily and 4 hour support, and 4 hour time frame, we have slightly closed below the 4 hour support. If we go and study yesterday's London price action, which is going to be important here. If we look at how London's price action developed yesterday, we saw us at similar lows, pull back into those lows, right? So somewhere around here, we pulled back, we started to continue up, and then NY gave the move down. Now, to be honest, we're in a similar scenario as this here. So, as crazy as it seems, I mean, 550 potential. 550 is a potential. At some point, this is going to reverse, right? This is going to have a heavy pullback. It's due. It's just a matter of when. And until that happens, you can keep taking sells until proven otherwise. And the way you will prove otherwise is when you hit SL trying to keep on taking sells, which is just going to be minus 1%. So, I mean, it is a possibility. Looking at ranges here, we do have a 15-minute support here. If not, it's pretty much clean sailing till 550 here. And that's going to be target, that's going to be short-term target here. Ideally, I want pullback. This was a very nice setup here. I just saw this when I came to the charts. This was a nice one. This was very, very clean. Taking it setup 2 to reach the lows. You have about 13 pips to reach the lows. Stop loss can go above the highs for 18 pips. 30-minute close as well below. Very, very good. Most of the guys in the exclusive took it. Nice. GJ Khalid took it. Ben took it. Alex. Nice. Yes, yes, yes. Just if you had a sell stop popped. Yeah, I mean, if you guys got it. With the 5-minute close, you don't need, I mean, it made it stop wick. So you had time to just press it as it flipped. I think that was a very clean. So just if you planned at that time. So right now, that's kind of, that's kind of played out now. That's played out. That's played out for the meantime. Now we need to see what price wants to do. So another same scenario pullback would be ideal at the moment. Is to see a same pullback and then to look to continue that. So yeah, this is interesting, to be honest, to see what price wants to do from here. Right now we've created a 5-minute support with 2 rejection wicks. So it's not telling me pure continuation at the moment. Yeah, I'd probably look for retracements, man, because this was the move so far. I think retracements would be safer, or at least a setup 3 on the 15-minute, right? Setup 3 on the 15-minute would be better here. 1 hour candle will close in about 15 minutes. Yeah, I just don't want to jump into anything too fast and then get eaten up with some sort of reversal here. Stop loss is quite big on this 15-minute candle here. 32, it's not that bad, to be honest, but it's not really what we're getting to reach back to the 15. But with volume in the market, you could definitely push past the 15. Now, if 5-minute creates structure, there is aggressive entry opportunities. 5-minute candle closes below to take that as a continuation trade. Continuation trade as 5-minute candles close below to get to that and just pop the stop loss above that 5-minute high, expecting that not to break. for like 20 pips, you have around 17 pips there, can go break even and look to get your 1-to-1 at least. But again, look at the push we've had down. You know, we need to be very, very careful. Was the 30-minute wick fill an option? I was looking at that, but took setup 2 and 15. Same trade, right? It's just more confirmation. You have the setup 2 on you have the 30-minute close below and the setup 2 on 15. So it's like it's a double bonus trade here. Double bonus trade. You get both, right? So this is where it's important, right? To you basically get both confirmation. Right now we're trying to push down here. We just broken the lows here. Again, I would like to see at least a 5-minute candle close for any type of continuation here, instead of just randomly selling the lows, hoping to get lucky. Again, the real setup was this one right here. That's where you want to be in. Kind of trading right now here is you're just looking for that to happen. You're looking for that to happen where you're like, okay, volume is just absolutely present, but I just showed up to the charts, so I need to see what's going on here and not jump into anything randomly. That's not my job here. So how much has this pushed already? About what, 12 pips there from the lows? Interesting. So even 1-minute strategy, you're struggling here. I mean, yeah, you could look at that, but again, yeah. So 50-minute is hit here. That was the setup. This was the setup here, man. This setup from yesterday, holy, if I really wish I just held a runner at break even, 500 pips. But yeah, woulda, coulda, shoulda. See that? Well done. Yeah, nice. Clean. So yeah, let's see what ends up happening here and see how we can tackle this. How can we tackle this right now with this dumping like this? So yeah, that was the setup earlier on. The 30-minute. I didn't take it because I thought you told us this is too early. Why was this valid now? Because of just momentum, man. But I'm not trading at that time, so I'm not at the charts. But it's just momentum. Price is dumping. It's normally too early on all other things, but look at price. Price is just dumping. I wasn't at the charts, so I won't take it. It's not. That's why I don't even plan to look at it. Otherwise, I'll be influenced to take trades at those time over a yearly basis. But on a day like today, it's FOMO then. It's tough because you look at the momentum, man. We've been dumping all morning. Like literally any time you've taken a setup 2 or any sell, you'd be in profit. Like it's just, even this trade right now, if you just took this without analyzing, like again, you'd be in profit. So it's just kind of using the momentum and seeing, like if we were not in a day like today, if you took a trade maybe somewhere in here, I'd say, yeah, it's too early, man. I wouldn't be taking that. But look at this, you know, if you see a volume move, then it can be an option here, you know. That's how it'd be okay. But again, if you don't plan the move, you don't plan at that time, then you haven't missed anything, right? It's just how it works. But it's just, you know, that's why I'm not in it, right? My moves were planned during the session because dollar is strong. Dollar is very strong. Yeah, dollar is absolutely going crazy. 106 here, might move into retest the highs here. We could see what happens if price wants to retest the highs into 107, which would be crazy. But yeah, you can consider it a form of, it is definitely a risk there, you know. But over a year, you're going to lose most of the time, except for a scenario like this. This is what we call an aggressive, you know, day. This is where just everything is collapsing. I mean, 500 pips overnight, non-stop. Like, you're not even seeing pullbacks. Like, so taking any type of pullback trades here is going to be your best opportunity at continuing this move, right? Any pullback trades. So since we're just dumping like this, you know, straight away, I won't be taking sells till 25.41. I don't agree selling lower. I agree trying to get in on pullbacks, not to sell lower. The lower you sell, the riskier it is. The riskier it is, you know. So that's what you have to be careful with. Like selling lows right now is risky. That's why I don't want to take this setup once here, because this would have been a safer setup. This pullback would have been safer setup. The continuation setups here are going to be riskier, you know. Pullback setups are always going to be safer at this time. Gold move 500 pips on US bank holiday. Gold gets a pass. Yeah, it's just, this has been a very, very full capitulation in gold market here. So this is why we're seeing just pure volume come through here. Pure volume come through. The way to catch this volume here is going to be waiting for something that follows a plan, not being too excited by something that's just happening and trying to get lucky on that. So yeah, this is the analysis here on overall pairs here. Let's see what ends up happening. Let's have a look at DAX here. How's DAX coped over yesterday? We are at very interesting levels here still. Did we finally close? Yeah, we managed to close below that daily support right now, leaving a long rejection wick. 4-hour time frame also closed below now, with also a long rejection wick here from the previous day. So 4-hour close below daily. We do have a bearish session. Sells is what would make sense. And I think we have a pretty straightforward sell below the 30-minute, depending on what it looks like on 15. Yeah, as we get on 15, it gets messier. I hate cascading supports, but we have a 30-minute here. 30. And then a 15 down here. So I think the easy sells will be something closing below this 15. This is where the easy sells will be, something closing below the 15. Yeah, you have a lot of clean candles once we leave that level. So I think that would be an idea, right? That would be an idea, is once we leave that level to get down bearish. So yeah, this is overall the analysis. Let's see what ends up happening and we'll take it from there. So yeah, interesting price action here. And yeah, this is some really exciting moves on gold. Very exciting moves on gold. 500 pips is no joke, guys. 500 pips is no joke. I think gold from the highs here, how much have we pulled back? We need to do some analysis here. From the highs here, 8%, 10%, 9%, 7%, 6%, 19%. Yeah, I won't go that far. We're averaging, I would say if we were to average this, is where we're at the lows of where potentially a pullback is due, right? This is potentially where a pullback is due, especially in these levels here. If we're looking at averages, that 10%, 9% is where pullbacks are due. If we take it from the wick high to where we are now, we're about that 8%, 9% would bring us exactly back down to the weekly support here. 9, 10%, 512. 512 here could be a very interesting level. It's also this daily support down here for potential bounces, major bounces. Does it want to complete the rest of the move down to 524? Possible here for sure. Do we bounce on 4-hour between? Yes, that's also another possibility, is bouncing on a 4-hour between those levels. So we'll have to see what ends up happening and take it from there. But right now we're rejecting the 15. It would be lovely if we created structure and then close below the 15. Not structure, but just at least one bullish candle, close one bearish candle below, can get sells down towards 550, right? 550 would be very, very interesting, you know? So yeah, let's see what happens. At the moment, pulling back, we'll take it from there. So if you guys enjoyed the analysis, be sure to leave a like on the stream. I would appreciate that. How much of us? 300 of us in here. Would appreciate leaving that like, getting them up to 150 would be appreciated. And yeah, let's go. See what we can cook today. It was very interesting. Beginning of the week was very hard to take trades. And then yesterday, all the trades that I didn't take in the beginning of the week came all in one day yesterday. So it was very nice. 2 wins in a day is like my max. You know, that's a solid day. You can't really be upset with that. And definitely don't overtrade after doing something like that. Like if you're taking 2 wins in a day, no, I think that you should just call it a day for sure. For sure. Like if I've won twice in a day, there's no way I'm taking another trade unless I'm adding to a position I'm currently in. Can you explain yesterday's NY trade? I think I'll make a small YouTube video about it. People asked me about yesterday's GJ trade to explain why I'm waiting for the liquidity grab, why not go with the close above. So I think I'll make a YouTube video explaining that. Secondly, I think I will in that video also give a small analysis on what happened with gold. But at the end of the day, it's a little bit more of a complex thing, you know. So it takes more time to explain. I'm not asking for any money, but can someone give me a free funding account? I'm not asking for any money, but can someone buy me a Lamborghini Urus? I mean, come on. You know? If you're asking for money, you're just asking for money in a different way. You're not asking for cash, you're asking for money in a different way, like, you know. Like what? I go to a billionaire friend and say, I'm not asking for money, but can you buy me a supercar, please? It's like the same thing. I'm not asking for money, really. I haven't asked for anything. And it's just a small supercar, you know? It won't hurt. I can give you 200k account, please show me. You can manage it. Oh yeah, that's fair enough. But most likely no. Thoughts on buys for GBPUSD? I haven't done my analysis on GBPUSD. You'd have to do your analysis here. Haven't done any analysis for that. Daily close bullish at daily resistance though. 4 hour at 4 hour resistance. Yeah, I mean, if we can get above the 4 hour resistance, only where your buys would come. Right now you're at top of range, so buys actually played out from down here on the way to the top of the range. Like I can see some buying opportunities from down here yesterday, around these zones here, above here. Here there's no way to enter. The setup 2 was an entry method, that was fine. Otherwise there's not really. This one, this close above here to get to here, I think would be your Asian session entry. Now we're at the top of the range. You need to wait for it to either do what it did back here, pull back, give you structure, you know, or you need to wait for it to leave that. Can you buy me a supercar? Don't worry, I don't mind what color it is. Good morning, Harry. Can you please check US30 for you? Yeah, but we won't sit here on stream analyzing every pair that I don't look at, but since you asked nicely, US30 still closing bullish on daily. 4 hours starting to make its pullback. I'd say 4 hour maybe wants to come back and retest back into the supports here eventually. Looking like it wants to create a small consolidation phase. 1 hour looks like it wants to come back into this wick zone. So right now, yeah, where we're sitting right now could be a little bit of a bounce, retest into this zone before potentially continuing lower. If we were to close back inside of this zone, we will get stuck inside this range, and either then New York try to move upside, or depending what we do in this range, we can then leave this low to continue down. At the moment, it looks more bearish postured, but where we're at is a target. So this could be a bounce. We respect the range, create a lower high, should be able to retest lower into 43,800s. Can I have your workout routine? It's pretty long that. I can't voice it out. But if you want to know my split, yes. I can tell you my split is pretty simple, but each individual exercise, you need to write that down. Is there any way or compy I can get a free funding account? Brother, stop trying to get stuff for free. Just put in some hard work. Put in some hard work. What are you going to? You're going to get a free funded account, then blow the account, right? You just told me 10 seconds ago that you put $100, turned it to 900, and then blew all of the 900. So what are you doing trying to get a funded account? You're just going to fail that and then go beg again, and then you become a beggar. So don't be that guy. Don't be that guy. Look, this is the pullback we talked about. So there is a pullback coming right now. Now we have to see what this pullback wants to do. Where does it want to land? How does it want to form? We know that now something leaving this 15-minute 25.52 is going to be selling opportunities. But the deeper this pullbacks, hey, you could just get another setup. The same one that happened here, you could get this again, happen again. If you get resistance form like this. The same way resistance form can form again, continue down. Even if it fakes out, can continue down. Probability wise, only slightly less probabilities. Only reason is because we tapped the 15. But you're looking to continue a downtrend with heavy momentum, right? So it's kind of just, you have to give it a shot. If this is going to be the low for the day, then hey, you can't really know that just now. Sir, I joined your Discord, but I've been getting fake messages from fake accounts at Tradesharpe. Kindly reply to this as he's offering you copy trading. I don't offer anything, guys. My offers are all in my description. Why would I even message you? I don't even know who you are. You know, like, that's obviously a scammer, right? Why would I just deny, block them? You know? Unfortunately, it's a free group and they are desperate to make money in their life, so they need to scam people. So what they do actually is they join the group with a different name, and then they have someone in the group who's sending them all members, and they add those members. That's how sad their lives are. That's how sad their life is. To be honest, GJ is looking a tough pair. Tough pair, I think GJ is looking like. Gold is looking interesting here, depending on how price action forms. We have to be okay, guys. We have to be okay if that gold wants to just range for London. It's definitely possible it can get stuck in a range because it's had heavy movements overnight. 500 pips from yesterday. DAX here could end up cooking here in about 9, you know, could end up cooking here with something closing below 940. So if that happens, I don't recognize, remind me. I think that would be an interesting option here, actually. I'll be interested with that for DAX. Bearish bias. Get the continuation down. At least to retest this old 4-hour support. Do we have any 1-hour bullshit in between? No. Which is good. We don't want any 1-hour BS. Hi, was a good idea to take the sells on GU close below 5 minute, took setup 5 out 1 to 1. Not sure when. Yesterday? If it weren't for you meddling kids, I would have gotten away with the scam too. What is, yeah, GU is close bearish here. That's an interesting close on GU. Yeah, makes sense to retest its lows here. But remember, we tested 4-hour support. We have a 30-minute here I'd be careful with. If we can't close something below that 30-minute, I mean 1 hour, sorry, it's going to be a problem, and we just tapped 30-minute target. So, yeah, this is where I can retrace. It's always difficult when we have cascading supports. Cascading support is a problem, right? So we need something getting below this 30-minute right now in order for price to continue down bearish. But remember, GU is not the best place to sell because we're at 4-hour support. Unlike gold, which is sitting below the 4-hour support, you see? So when you're sitting below the 4-hour support, yeah, it's much better to sell below 4-hour support instead of at 4-hour support. It's a big difference between that. What's a cascading support? Like you have the 15-minute support, and then when you change to the 30-minute support, it's higher. It's like, let's say you start 1 hour support is up here. 30-minute support is down here. You know? Or, I mean, yeah, 30-minute support down here. 15-minute support is even lower. It becomes annoying because as you go down, there's more and more supports. DAX below 40. I want to see it. Yeah, I want to see it get below 40. 5 minutes. Hyperplat's not working. The chart does not show why. I'll need to see what's happening for you. Let's see if maybe servers are down. I doubt it though. I doubt it. Because I have a notification that normally says when something goes wrong. But this could totally be our problem. Yeah, I know exactly what's happened. Okay. So, look, I know what's happened. So, look, this is what will happen. Just do this. What we're doing on Pip Labs is we're uploading. We're uploading. No, even the paid version will have this problem. We're uploading most recent data. Like, you'll be able, let's say today's price action finishes. The day after, it will be uploaded to Pip Labs. But in order to do that, we have a live feed coming, right? A live feed is coming. And look, it's loading 1994 because it's trying to gather data and there's no data there. So it's going to throw an error saying that there's no data. So it's just getting confused. It's very simple. So when you see this blank screen, click on the pair on the top left. Click the pair. And then you'll see the pair comes out GBPJPY. Just re-click it. That will force it to load the correct data. And then you can see it loads. I just need to fix that once. We need to fix that once I finish stream. I'll be on that. So that's the way that you'll be able to use it for now. Because we're trying to get live data to update every single day. Get data to update. So it's just having a small error. So yeah, it's just a small workaround, but it'll be fixed. Man, these cells look juicy, huh? Close below here. Are we full? We are full bullish bias, huh? Man, why can't we be mixed bias so I can have an excuse to take these sells? Yeah, these sells would make sense here if we had mixed bias. If I was to take this sell, I'd be breaking my plan about following bias. I'll be breaking my plan about following bias. Now, in order for me to take a counter bias and also counter session trend, since we've been moving up, trade here, it's tough. They would come below here for sure. But it's tough at the moment for me to do that, to be honest. Be breaking my rules. I rather see this be the liquidity grab and then be the one taking buys above here. Boom. To get that move back to 4-hour resistance. But I see the setup is there though, but it just would break my own personal plan. So I can't let it do that. Yeah, 1 hour close below, so that's why it's giving this pullback. But yesterday, same thing happened. Pullback led into buys. So if we start to pull back here and form structure, we can take buys. Man, your Pip Labs isn't working. Yeah, I just told you what happened. We're trying to upload recent data. We're trying to upload recent data. So all that's happened is there's a small error that's being thrown. To fix that error, this will be fixed in like by today. In a couple of hours. So it will just load like this, but it's because it's trying to take data from 1994. There's obviously no data in 1994. So just to get around this, click the pair top left, click GBP JPY or whatever pair you're backtesting and it will fix it, you see. Now it's fine. Just until we fix it. I want to buy him. You don't have to buy him. Pip Labs is not a him. But yeah, actually, a lot of people were complaining saying that Pip Labs, I didn't get a chance for the launch day. So we've done a gift. Code V4, 15% off whole month. Whole month, you have a chance. 15% off. So this is a free gift from us. Hope you guys enjoy it. What are key levels for gold? Every $5, yes. Like Pim said. Exactly, Bram. Yep. As Bram said. So this is the close below here. 15-minute candle close below. Now, typically on a mixed bias session, this would be a sell. This would be a sell that I'd be looking to take. This would be a sell I'm looking to take. But why is this not valid today? It's very important to understand because mechanically this would make sense, but technically no chance. Why? Because right now we have previous 4-hour closing bullish, we have previous daily closing bullish, which gives me a bullish bias, and I trade based on bias. Bias has a lot of strength here and I want to make sure not to break that. Now, the only time that I can do that is if I see a lower high formed here and we break second structure, so it's showing me that prices tried to go up where most fake outs would happen and fails again. That is my selling opportunity to give myself a counter bias shot. That's my rules I have, and that's stayed kept me on the right side of the market, right? Now again, if this starts to form, if this pulls back deeper, I'm still looking for buys. So this is actually good. This is just creating my opportunity for buys. Just how we took buys yesterday on stream. If you guys remember, yesterday on stream we took buys. We took it from here. Same shit, right? Basically, how we pushed up, we pull back, look for the buys, right? If we pull back deeper now, I can look for the buys. Oh, wow. We got below this lows, huh? I didn't even notice that. That happened fast. Oh, yeah, the 5-minute closed like a king. Heavy downside. Then we ended up dumping here. Now, again, this is where the pullback needs to come. Create that structure. If we can create that structure right now, I think we tapped another 1 hour maybe or something back here. Let's just double check. No, 1 hour is still lower. Let's see, 15. 30 is still lower, and then the 15 we just marked up already. Yeah, so we do have room. There we go. So any setup 2 here I'd be interested in, to be honest, to get back to 50. Alright, gold right now, this would be dangerous selling the lowest point. Even if there was a setup, right? Selling the lows, yes. Selling to the lows, no. Because, you know, we're selling the lows, the problem, you sell the lows right now, you could have heavy pullback, right? But if you try to sell to the lows, like all of these setups here, like look, you sell the lows here, didn't break the low luckily, but heavy pullback. Like look at all these lows that were created. There's some sort of pullback. But once it pulls back, like what it's doing right now, trying to get back to the lows is a lot safer. It's a lot safer. That's the kind of move you want to be taking in this momentum. Because look at what we did from yesterday to today. So it's not a problem selling the lows right now. We have the momentum, but we also have to keep in mind we've had a 500, 600 pip push since yesterday. Do you really want to be the guy that tries to sell the low and end up being caught out selling the lows, right? So I rather not experiment or ask the question that, hey, I want to sell the lows and get screwed. Like I rather sit out of that than be the one who has to find out that I just sold the lowest point of the day and lost. You know? So those are trades I rather avoid. Compared to yesterday, like even yesterday, the entry that I got was like super early to get into this move here. Super early. But no way you're selling lows here. To be honest, except for the way I took it, I don't know if there was another way. The only other way was the 5-minute candle close below here as well to fill this LTA to continue. But what a move, you know, what a move overnight. It's pretty crazy, that. Big boy move. DAX, I can see the price of DAX. I was looking for sells below 40. DAX is at 60, so no, DAX is not cooking anything yet. Does this make sense? Setup 2 is better when pre-pullback move happened pre-session. Very true. I do believe that statement indeed. Like if you pull back during pre-session, but biases still stay true, then yeah, it makes total sense. Also, it's like early session pullbacks, you know. But that's how you kind of look at taking, like, you'd be looking like, okay, Asian pull back here, but higher time frame we're continuing up. This should just be an opportunity, you know, to continue bullish if we were to create some form of support. But as a situation like yesterday, you could get like a quick one candle pullback, which doesn't take up the pullbacks that are problems when you're trying to take a setup 2 in the session is like a 3-4 candle pullback. You know, like this takes up a lot of session. And then for the support to form after 3-4 candles, you know, you're looking at an hour and a half of pullback. It's like kind of crap. But if you get like yesterday, GJ 1 30-minute candle pullback and then a 15-minute candle, you're looking at that event happening in 15 minutes. I mean, in 30 minutes. I've been avoiding to trade GJ. We traded GJ yesterday, but I can understand why. It's a smart thing to do. I think you have to be careful with which positions you take in GJ and just be selective. If you're selective, it does well. If you're trying to force positions, you're gonna get eaten up. Let's see what happened with this close below here. Yeah, check this out, right? Check this out. Bias, right? Bias is playing true. This is being a difficult position. Problem is, I wish we had bigger range here. Buys cooking, would you say? They're still tough buys. They're not the easiest buys here, right? They're not the easiest buys, but I would say that would be the only position you could look to take. 16 for 10 pips here. So you're literally trying for it to break through the range. Brother, in GJ, volume is low in London session? Typically, no. Yo, did you see that Japan PM falling asleep during his re-election? Nah, bro, that's crazy. What am I gonna get? Rick Ross? No, I'm not. Oh. Very good. So this is the guy who's getting re-elected, huh? So this is the guy who's putting the policies. Man, sleeping. I'm telling you, this is what's happening, man. This is why we're seeing GJ move slowly, because man is sleeping. Look at this guy. Shit, man. Rough night last night, huh? He's cooked, man. He's cooked. Man, what is this guy doing, man? Man. Don't know what he's doing. Full margin buys? Yeah, we obviously know he's sleeping. Man's been sleeping ever since GJ's been in this range here for... How long we been stuck in this range? Let's have a look. Been stuck in this range for 20 days. 20 days of him sleeping, bro. And he's still asleep. Needs to wake up. DAX doesn't like around this 40 level, huh? Doesn't like around this 40 level. Counter trend today, I think above daily support. 1900 flat. Key level, need to get above that. Above that before considering buys. As a counter bias, but we are coming from a strong zone. So you would be able to take that. It would break 4-hour high as well. So that's the earliest for buys, 1900. Gold already made impulsive moves to the lows pre-London. High probability that it can make major pullbacks for NY better setups. True. But also it can continue its downtrend and just respect structure. So the way we're going to know that it's going to maybe start to attempt to reverse this change of structure. The problem is we can be caught out in that change of structure, right? Because we can lose. What could happen here? We could try attempt the sells, which technically makes sense. those sells fail and price then breaks structure here instead of breaking structure up here. Obviously price breaking structure up here, we know that, hey, maybe price now wants to retest some higher levels or pull back to continue maybe bullish. But if we try to attempt the sells and that's the one that breaks structure, yeah, that's unlucky, but that's kind of your only option for the session, and that's your opportunity cost. If you're just not comfortable selling after such a big push towards the downside, you just sit on your hands today and you don't take any risk in the market and stay in cash, right? So that is also a decision that can be made. Personally, for me, I like to have leverage in the market of managing my position. So if I feel uncomfortable in anything, I can get out. And also leverage profits from the week is a very strong thing. But realistically, after yesterday's day, I don't really need to force sells here, right? I can also keep that in mind, right? You take 2 trades yesterday, you don't need to force sells. And I'm somewhat salty that I did not leave my runner yesterday to go and complete this bullshit here. This would have been absolutely fantastic and juicy for me. Can you explain setup 4 and 5, or is it for TS only? Setup 4 is on YouTube. Setup 5 is a mix between setup 1 and 2. But I just leave it in there because you need to understand setup 1 and 2. Told you I had room to cover. You didn't listen, cover Furu. You didn't even take it with me. You're the Furu. So how would you tell me something you don't take? This guy's ultimate... I don't even have a word for him. No words describe what he is. How much gold you got? How many pips you got from that gold sell yesterday? When I closed out at 46 pips. Talk H2MT5. 46 pips. But look, I made a small mistake yesterday. The mistake I made is when I took this position, I trailed my stops on 1 minute. So I closed at a 1-to-1 down here, and then I trailed stops above this 1 minute high. I shouldn't have trailed. I should have just sat break even. If I sat break even, I would have survived this pullback and left the runner to do its thing. But that's woulda, coulda, shoulda. I would take that as a note. The most important thing is that look how good this trade was. My analysis was on point yesterday. We spoke about this all live during our NY session in the exclusive. Like, I walked through how this setup would work, why I'm looking to sell from this zone, what I would need to see to sell from this zone, how I will execute, why it makes sense. And we called it, should I try be a little bit smarter than the market today? And what most people, because most people are trying to buy from here. Most of retail trying to buy, trying to get up, but they don't understand key levels on gold. They don't understand where liquidity was taken. Not in terms of liquidity grab, but what's happening on price action. All I did was read price action, use levels of previous levels, right? Like how I mark my support and resistance. That's all I did, is I used my previous levels and I could see what price did there in the past, the exact way that we do it. So it's not a complex approach, but it's more having awareness of what's happening with price action from the previous day leading into today, and utilizing your levels to be able to execute on certain certain processes that are happening on the charts at that moment, compiled with certain entry triggers based on statistically proven methods that you have in the market, right? Otherwise, there's no trade there. There's no trade. So yeah, that's how it works. All right, so we tried to create a stronger support on GJ, but failed that stronger support. So it looks like that right now we're trying to test here. Looking a bit slow. Gold as well has created a strong support now. Now we need to see, is a resistance created? Do we get a setup like this? What I'm trying to do here, hopefully me talking about it, the markets won't hear and don't give it to me, but I'm replicating this here. If we can get the same setup, move up, resistance created, break of low, I will take the same setup towards the downside here, retest the lows. So you can see I'm trying to replicate. It's a very similar setup. We've even retested previous range, retested previous range, same setup I'm looking for. Oh shit, just rewinded everything. Rewind. So we'll see what happens there. So that's what I'm looking for. Guys, I appreciate everyone showing up to stream. 400 people in here. Hate to say it, but if you haven't already and are finding value, be sure to leave a like. It definitely helps the stream here. I show up every single day, Monday to Friday. I ask for a like in return. I know it sucks, but it's the YouTube business, I call it. Helps us grow, get this information out to more people so they're not buying random courses, you know, losing money. If DAX fakes up from here, could be juicy sells. Let's have a look at that concept. So now we're back above the daily support. So we got above 1900 now. This would be the fake out zone right here. Yeah, it could be interesting for sure. Back below the 30, I would say is going to be... Oh, we have a 1 hour below. That always makes it difficult. Again, DAX is tough with this cascading price action right now. Cascading price action is not helping on DAX. Whenever you have cascading ranges, it's extremely tough to trade cascading ranges. Because it's just like every time frame you go, there's something different. Give me a sec, guys. I'll be back. Do you watch Arcane League of Legends? I don't. Do you think the 531 level will hold as buyer for buyers? What's at the 5? What do you see at the 531 that make you convicted, right? Please explain ASP, average session push. It's basically an accumulation of what is the average push we see on a setup that formed in a previous session, right? So if you see a setup that plays out, how big was the push before it reversed? You can build an average session push. That's the concept behind it. What's your advice for someone who's been trading for 2 years and still not profitable? Why? Ask why. Why are you not profitable? How many strategies are you keep on trying? What are you doing? 2 years is not that bad to be unprofitable for 2 years, not have consistency. It's normal. I was not profitable for 1 year, 8 months probably. And then you need to prove to yourself you're profitable over the next year. So realistically, it takes 3 years to prove. It takes a whole year to prove. Like the way you know you're profitable is if like being profitable for 1 month doesn't mean you're profitable. That just means you're starting to see profits, right? But you can easily make yourself profitable by understanding, hey, I know what situations I am profitable and what situations I'm not, and cutting out the situations you're not, even though that means you're going to be making very little profit, like maybe 1% per month, 2% per month, less even, you know, but that's still a very good standpoint because you can scale from there. So it's a process of elimination. What are you actively doing to change that, right? Like, what are you doing to actively change that? What steps are you taking? Who are you, you know, sharing your ideas with? What feedback are you getting? What changes are you doing? You know, it's all important. Like, you can't just sit there and say I'm not profitable, but you're not making a change. Like, you need to be actively working on stuff. You need to be trying to improve, you know. Took GJ setup 3 counter bias. I'm at B now. All right. You read the daily Stoic, Harry? I don't. You recommend it? Yeah, that's a nice setup 3. I do like that setup 3. Very, very good. Again, just for me to follow my rules. Like I said, it does look like a juicy sell, but this is the only problem for me. Session bias bullish. It's one of my hard-coded rules that I don't go against it unless I see a change of structure. But it does make sense as a setup for sure. Can't argue against that. I did say it looks juicy. Does look juicy indeed. I'm killing on Pip Labs. How do I join exclusive? It would be from the website on the open date. From the website, so you can check that. I told you reading about Stoicism yesterday. I went to a lecture Ryan Holiday. That's why I was asking. Oh no, I do have Stoicism book here. I have Marcus Aurelius book here, but not the Daily Stoic. I do know that book, but I'm not reading it, no. I actually need to look for a new book right now. Coming close to the end of my book. What day in December you stop? I'll have to see. But with the exclusive group, might run it longer. But in December, what happens is that I give whatever time I take off, even though it is a public holiday, I refund that in group days. So everyone gets added days in the group. So you basically get to be in the group for free. And still use the group. So it's a win. So take advantage of those free days. All right, gold popping up, tested the resistance here. Again, if I see the next candle close bearish, I'm happy to attempt sells. I want PS5 for not free days, respectfully. Rig the spin for me. Bro, that's Warp who gives the PS5, not me. Warp is giving the PS5s. You have to ask them to rig it for you. And probably knowing their, you know, I highly assume that they are putting a very, very small percentage on that. But there have been people winning, man. Literally someone DM me saying that they won. Why don't you trade synthetic industries? Because they're a scam. Because they are a scam. I'd like to join the exclusive. Yep, like I told you. We had an opening at the beginning of the month. I was warning. People don't listen. What about UK 100? Yeah, it's a good pair, man. It's a good pair. I just don't want to be trading tons of pairs. That's crazy. Synthetic are scams? Yeah, because they're made up. Would you wait for 5-minute change of structure for GJ buys? Yeah, we need a support candle first. BDC is made up. Well, it has a network, right? It has a network. Runs on a blockchain. Synthetics are a scam. How? I mean, they just seem extremely scamish, man. So synthetics can be manipulated. Everything can be manipulated. But have you seen how synthetic indices move? Look at this. They don't even have it on here. Boom 100. Go and search Boom 100, bro. Look at this shit. Look at how this shit moves. Like, this is how it looks. This is how they look. Boom and crash indices. These are synthetic indices. That's literally price action on them. That is price action on them. This is exactly how they look. Really, this is how they look. 1 minute chart. Look, scalping, boom and crash, MetaTrader. Like, people trade these. It's absolutely crazy. Every time you see a green candle close, you just sell from there. I have it on MT5. It looks good though. I don't know, man. There's some sort of like thing where it slips and you can't do anything, and yeah, but like this is gonna all slip your stop loss. I don't know, man. I don't know. That I just stay away. I don't know why people want to trade something synthetic. Yeah, this is moving up nicely. Let's see what the price wants to do here. If it wants to create some sort of support or resistance, and then, well, first we want a resistance and then leading by a support in order to take buys. I think you've never traded them. I find them really reliable because there's not news, pure volatility. Just techno and especially on volatility indices. Yeah, it depends, but I don't know. I've read something about that people were getting all scammed on it. So yeah, I haven't traded them. You are right. I haven't traded them. All right, gold closed below the lows here. This is interesting. If this 15-minute candle can close bearish, could be quite interesting for sells. Quite interesting for sells, especially if this 15 closes weak, would be a setup 3 on 15. Harry, don't you think that sometimes waiting for closures can cause many trades to miss? Yeah, but then you haven't missed them because it doesn't follow your plan, right? It doesn't follow your plan, so have you really missed it? Right, you haven't missed it. So if you want to randomly trade because you're scared of missing the trade, you're just a FOMO trader, right? You're a FOMO trader and then you end up getting messed up. GJ looks good for sells. I mean, yeah, if you're a seller on GJ today, yes. You know, 15 pips here for 5 pip target, not the best. That would have to be your hard break even. You have a 13 pip target to the support. You needed to break past that target. Just have a hard time seeing. Potentially maybe 1 hour close. I mean, even if it breaks the low, it looks like it's a type of sell opportunity. You know? See what 30 minutes saying. We didn't close below that 5. That's what we're reacting off right now. I'm taking it's an S1, right? Yeah, but it's not a pure break of second structure, right? Because it's just one candle. So it's more on the aggressive side. So you have to be, so this is a trade where you're okay with being aggressive today. You're okay with potentially taking a loss if price was to just retrace randomly here, follow bias. It's a structure created below the range. Yeah, it is a small structure here, but it's not a pure break of second. Like check 1 hour, check 30. Yeah, it's just a slightly more aggressive option. Depends on your risk appetite. How much do you have to the lows? 13 pips. So even if it taps target, you won't get your 1-to-1. But again, you don't want to push a 1-to-1 on counter bias. You just will take what you can get. I'd love to see this actually pop up here, shake out a lot of the sellers and then go down if it wants to go down. Especially counter bias. I'm just seeing this now, setup 6. What pair this on? Oops. Back into that zone. Yeah, this is an interesting one because it created this lower high first. Normally we'd want this one, like this one, to go back and test that zone, right? This is just, yeah, a retest of that zone, but we know what that zone is, right? We know what that zone is. That zone is that 15-minute resistance. So any rejection, that's why sells would make sense from here now if we can get that 15 closing bearish. Or even if this 15 candle closes bullish, which it is very high chance, and next one closes below, we'd have 5-minute change of structure. We're basically repeating this this setup here, you see? Basically. Candle close below like this. Look for it to retest at least into here. Maybe then it ends up going up, but you would be in a profitable position by then. Right? Or if that doesn't happen, then we look 9 minutes for the 15 to close bearish. You know? GU is not breaking to go up. Is what GU bias is bearish, right? Previous 4 hour bearish, previous daily obviously bearish. I mean, we are from daily support, so counter trend would make more sense on GU. Definitely make more sense on GU. Yeah, you want to wait for the 30 close or the 15 close. This is where you can actually take your sells if you get a close below daily support again. What time did we take yesterday's buys? I want to see. What time was yesterday's buys? Yesterday's buys we took was at 11:30. So yeah, past the time where we got the volume move. So yesterday's volume move came at 11:30. So today we're not seeing the same volume. So no matter direction, irrelevant. But in terms of the actual move that came, was 11:30, and then London Open 30 minutes after started to try to just range here. So we haven't seen the volume move yet. Yeah, quite low volume today in today's session. You can see it, but it's slowly making its way towards the downside. So yeah, it does make sense. Just gonna wait for buys on GJ. Look, I think the sells would be the option, but you just have the probability of it just popping up at any time. But you have at least till this support here. It is a quick break even. Like for me, if I take the sells, I'm break even at this support here, 576, which is gonna be that previous support here, just because I don't want to be caught up into any type of bounce that ends up being a reversal. You know, a 5 close below would be interesting. 5 close below would be interesting because that now breaks structure properly. Previous 4-hour has broken previous 4-hour lows. Okay, that also increases probabilities. Does help it go towards the downside whenever you break previous 4-hour lows. Stuck at 4-hour resistance. We're below this 4-hour. Yeah, the only problem is the range we have. So I think if this is going to be a shot that I take, it's going to be a shot that I move to break even and see what's up. But again, 5 minute now is not closing below. If it was to, yeah, I think maybe we can take a shot there. Spreads getting out of hand. I don't think spreads are too bad. What's spread saying? 0.2 pips, man. That's great spreads. Great spreads for me. Nas is on a setup 1 on 15 minute. Oh, you tell me. Let's see. Yeah, bias is bearish, but we're at 4-hour support. Yeah, I'd look for some sort of 5-minute structure here, man. Buying into this high right now is not good without 5-minute structure. If this fakes out back, actually sells would make sense. Keep that in mind. All right, let's see if this 15-minute wants to flip here. Are you a scalper? I'm a session trader. I take trades in a session. Session trader. For me, you can leave the 0 with your spread. BTC ready to launch. Stratosphere on BTC. Yen pairs config. I like the banking guy was asleep. Yeah. So we'll see if this 15-minute can close bearish here. I'll be interested in sells. So basically we can now type here sells below. Oops, because that's where my sells are going to come below in order for the 15 to sell bearish, to flip bearish as well. Put in the yesterday's link for the trade. Make sure that our journal is up to date. Keep the journal up to date. Also, if you want to keep track of my NY trades, I do post that in the free Discord. I've been quite consistent with that. I post all my trades here. So the ones on stream, of course, you guys get to see. Off stream ones as well in there. Flashbang. Yeah, a little bit of a flashbang, this document. So yeah. Yeah, that's all updated now. If you want this document to make it for yourself as well, people ask me, hey man, how do I make your journal? You can go to file, make a copy, right? Make a copy to access this journal. Then just do exclamation journal in chat or check the description. Bias in the end always wins. What is GJ doing? Popping up? Yeah. Bias is strong. Bias is strong, guys. Bias is strong. It's important. I mean, luckily today it did not break the lows here. Did not break the lows. So you wouldn't have been triggered anyways. But this is the problem. I'm scared of these pullback. You can see the pullback here is a lot bigger than the actual move down. So I'm scared, but I know the rules are going to play a role here. So I never want to be very uncomfortable in a position, right? And the way I'm going to be uncomfortable in a position is knowing that I have some form of probability against me. You know, there'll always be things wrong with the trade. You never get a perfect trade, but you know, you're going against one of your rules of bias. Doesn't make sense. Now, this will change if we get something closing below here for sure. Now that will be a different trade, because if we get something closing below, it will be interesting. How is gold doing? Is gold giving us the sell opportunity here? 1 minute, 2 minutes for this candle to potentially flip here. We need some heavy momentum here to go into you know, downside opportunity here. Can you explain your strategy to a 10-year-old? Yes, I could explain my strategy to a 10-year-old. It's simple enough. Isn't this turning into a setup for buy? Potentially, yes. That's what we we're talking about in the beginning. But it needs to do some work, get back up into the 97.8s above the resistances. It's still respecting resistance. You can see. It's still respecting this resistance. We kind of needed to get back above here. Or if 30-minute could just close inside, you can base it off 30. But again, yeah, 0.8. That 0.8 is what I mean. Well, I was also, if you guys remember, I spoke about how price would be nice to see them catch out the early sellers. So this has kind of done that. It's caught out some early sellers. So if again we get the 5-minute candle close below here, could be quite interesting for sells. Look how the 1-hour candle is closing. This is going to be extremely important to know if candle closes below here or above. Closes below previous 1 hour, higher probability to continue down, right? P1. So if the 1 hour doesn't close here, for sure you need a closure below that 5-minute for sure, because you need that confirmation. 1 hour doesn't close below. If it does close below, then you can take a different setup. So look, it's closing above here. 50-minute also forming support. Next candle could end up closing above here. Next candle could close above here. Sati subscribed. I appreciate the subscription, man. If you haven't subscribed to the channel, be sure to do so. I'm putting out value every single day. We live stream here, just showing you what it's like to trade, taking trades on stream. This is the most consistent place. I'm also posting videos every single week. So make sure to check that out. We'll have good videos coming out this week, hopefully. And yeah, that's looking good. Take any bit profits, 89, yes. Next spot I'm looking for is 95. And then yeah, 95 probably. I think we will I think 95 will be smart, because I think before we tap 100 we'll have a heavy pullback, as people will try to front run that. We either blast through it or, you know, something like that. So yeah. YouTube business. Well, yeah, I appreciate any subscription. I'd like to follow you. Do you have your own YouTube? This is my own YouTube. This is my own YouTube. Just press the subscribe. You know, okay, so gold here opening no, we do have a wick here, man. This is interesting. This sucks that it's just pushing down straight away, but this could be the Push back down to flip. He also has OnlyFans. Yeah, look at we didn't get the bearish closure, right? We wanted the bearish closure. So, and I don't trust this top wick on the 1 hour. We definitely can see this just retest 1 hour support and flip. So let's see what ends up happening. We're sitting at 30-minute support as well. So give gold a second. No top wick on broker. Yeah, so look, that wick looked a bit fishy. Let's see how it looks on my broker as well. See, your broker doesn't have one, and my broker is lost because of the dump. Man. Yeah, no top wick there. Oh, there's a nipple actually. There's a nipple. Nipple, can you see? But if this 15-minute can chill here for a while, then yeah, we'll have a setup. Sells. 15 sells. Still has room. Still has room. This 30 is 15 sells below this 30. Yeah, that looks quite nice. It's 1 hour now as well. It is. IC has a wick. It does. I checked mine. It does. DAX is also moving nice. I think DAX is just moving up here, not pulling back. Yeah, 69 now, 70s. Yeah, it's just pushing up. So until we get structure on DAX, we need to have somewhere to put stop loss. You can't just run 100-point stop loss. Don't get me excited. He's sending you his, huh? You can sell that image. Brother, clear your chat to make it look good for us. What you mean clear my chat to make it look good for us? Is this actually live? No, I'm reading your comment on a recorded stream. You can open the charts and see that I'm trading the charts that's in front of you. Emotional state. Would gold be valid since the 1 hour closed bullish? Yeah, because you'd be looking at that just being a weak support candle. First time here, interested, can you provide me with the Discord invite link? It's in the description. Remember, I will never message you. I'll never message you first. Alright, now bigger top wick is made. GJ is looking really boring today. See what GU did in all of this. GU as well failed to close above here to look for the 30-minute buys above, right? Counter trend. We failed to close above. Failed. If GJ closes below here, there's a selling opportunity, as now we would be just proving that price doesn't want to go up. Enjoy for the day. Cheers, man. I mean, the color interface is choose a better color. I think you should probably go and start your own stream and you can choose whatever color you want. Man, leave my chat alone, man. Leave my chat alone. Oh, you're salty because your name is in pink. That's why. It's okay, man. It's just showing your true colors. You see how smooth that one was? That was pretty smooth, guys. Come on. I think I need to buy a parrot to play with while trading, man. Hey, don't get weird with a parrot, man. It hasn't done anything to you. Are we trading NQ? I don't trade NQ. This is London session, man. This is where the OGs are at, man. London session. We don't play in London session, man. We don't play in London session. We also don't play in NY session when I trade NY. No, we don't play. I wonder how long I'm going to be salty about this for. Maybe a day, I'd say. A day I'm just going to be salty about this. Should have held runners. So my position ended up looking like that instead of looking like this. What the hell is all these people calling? Saltiest. On Nas, it needed the 5-minute structure like you said, Harry, before the breakout. Yes. Did it get it? You got that? Can you give exact hour of salt expiration because I'm waiting? Good, good. The comebacks. You can buy dumbbells. Yeah, if you're bored during trading, do push-ups in between trading. Do push-ups. See how much push-ups you can do. Alright, do something productive. Okay, gold bouncing here. Can we break structure? Wonder if we can take counter trend today. Counter trend would make sense. Maybe we'd have to see. Find out in today's episode with Harry Sharp. Am I intentionally getting ignored now? Yes, you are intentionally getting ignored because I'm not Lightning McQueen at reading the chat. That is why I read your question. Get the parrot to say order filled. No, parrot can't say that with low tone voice. What time frame do you look at? Entry is 15. I look at all time frames, right? My analysis done all time frames. All right, rejecting here on Mr. GJ. How long till the 15 close here? 6 minutes. All right, all right. Market seems like waiting news. What do you think? Higher for longer? Which market waiting for news? What do you mean higher for longer? What news? I told you what I'm expecting on GJ. I think it will intervene soon. I think we intervene soon. All pairs are choppy. I wouldn't call gold choppy. Forex pairs, I won't call GU choppy. London, yes, but I mean, it has been massive pushes over the week. Let's see how Euro USD moving. This been moving. All USD pairs we can't compare. All USD pairs been moving. All yen pairs, let's see how yen pairs have been doing. EJ been moving nice. NJ is chopping for sure. NJ, let's say UJ, but that's USD again. Look, that's been moving beautifully. Any US dollar pair has been moving very nice, yes. DAX sure ain't choppy. What price is DAX at now? DAX is moving to 100. Wow. Wow. Yeah, DAX moving very strong here. With the speed that's moving, there's not going to be any structure, so nothing really I can do there. Today I have to cut stream a little bit early, and maybe about 8 minutes here I have to cut stream. I have a meeting, very important meeting I have to get to today. I was hoping we get something nice. Do people here copy trades? Yes, watch the view account once he takes a trade. Yeah, yesterday that happened. View once when we took the trade on stream, view account drops. How the hell is Tesla always going up? It's not even a profitable company yet. Because of the vision, man. People buy into the whole hype. 6 Cybertruck recalls. Let's buy a Cybertruck, man. It's amazing walking billboard. On the side of Cybertruck, I'll put full Pip Labs logos. Where would DAX be heading to? The moon. I'm looking for swing buys on GU. It's not a bad zone, but we need the confirmation. US dollar is just too strong at the moment. I said this when elections were coming out. Do not bet against the dollar. Do not bet against the dollar for now. It's not going to be a smart thing to bet against the dollar for now. So you have a weak GBP and a strong dollar is not the way. Like everyone's been trying to, you know, get that. And it's just been keep going down and down and down. DAX is giving you so many beautiful pips. Yeah, DAX is moving great here, man. 119 already. It's just rocket ship. I think now we should reach this resistance here. This is the next zone. Not 1 5-minute pullback. Very nice move here. Now, for me, I don't see a way I would have got in here for me. I don't see a way I would have got in. I needed a 5-minute pullback here above 1900, and then I would have taken a buy once we get 5-minute pullback. That's my rules. Gold here. Gold needs to cook here. Next 15-minute candle, guys. Next 15-minute candle can end up closing bearish for the sells. There was a 1-minute pullback. Yeah, and then when you don't find a trade on the 1-minute pullback, you end up taking what, 30-second? Do you see any real chance for gold to reverse or just keep looking for sells? Yeah, we have chance, but if we're looking at it price action wise, what we have in front of us, where are we right now? Weekly time frame is still open. Daily time frame is still open. So the only thing that can happen today is if the daily candle closes inside of the daily support, we will be respecting the daily support. And if 4 hour then creates support around here, the 4 hour support, we will respect this support, and then we could start to bounce from here. But we won't know that till about an hour and 45 minutes from now. Hour 45 minutes from now, we will see where the 4 hour candle closes. If the 4 hour candle closes inside of the support, that's the chance. That is the chance there. I always trade DJ in London session. Very interesting as a pair. I do like DJ as well. You have any views about the US bond yields creeping back up? Yeah, I mean, this is a rabbit hole. Have you ever gone into that rabbit hole, seeing what higher bond yields typically mean, and then its confluence with something else, and then bond yields going up, meaning that, look, only thing I can say true is that next year or the year after, some point, we are going to hit a bear market. What are we going to see? We're going to see BTC is going to come down. BTC is going to come down. People are getting too bullish on crypto market. We're going to come down at some point here on BTC. Okay? What else is coming? Stock market. Stock market is at nutty levels here. We need a heavy pullback here. Look at weekly time frame. At some point, we're going to get a small bear market here. Maybe pullbacks even back to, like, 553, this type of market. We might even see such a heavy pullback here like we saw back in 2022. It's definitely possible here, but all I'm telling you for sure is that we are extended, and at some point a heavy pullback is going to come. So this is it's not just possible, it is possible. We will see that, when Trump is in office, it will happen. Yeah, it is. That's what people they keep thinking, Trump trade. No, man, that's what we could have, a heavy pullback. Yeah, it might be only 6 months of pullback. Remember, he's on for 4 years. So we could pull back, right? We could pull back for 1 year. 1 year we could have pullback and then continue. So people need to really level their head and be taking profits in this, Like, that's what I'm actively doing on Bitcoin right now, is taking profits. This is a very strong rally, right? I'm actively taking profits. Next zone 95, out. Anything above 100, out. Right? People calling alt season. Bro, wait till BTC dumps and see what happens to your altcoins. You have to be careful, right? Remember, now that retail is all getting excited, that's when you should be wary. When everyone gets scared, you should be interested. When everyone is scared is when you should be interested. When do you plan on shorting BTC? I'm a BTC bull, man. Don't short Bitcoin. Long. Any pullbacks, I take opportunity to buy. I've lost every trade I've taken this month on GJ. It's crazy. Yeah, then probably look at what you're doing. Did you take GJ trade with us yesterday to see the difference of the way I took on a pullback? Maybe you're trying too much continuation. This month, like I said, be careful with GJ. GJ has been ranging, right? It's been, you have to be picky. You don't see me randomly trying to force a trade every single day. How did you learn to trade? Watch videos, first part, and then test out, right? Back testing was a big way of that. Does Pip Labs have a free version? Yes, Pip Labs does have a free version. So if you go to the website, try for free, right? You press try for free, you'll be able to try it for free. Now, right now, we're just editing something. So when you try it for free, you will get nothing loading. So to get something to load, we will fix it in an hour or so. You press the pair at the top left and then just click on the pair that pops up. You'll get it to load, right? And as a gift, since we launched V4, right, we are doing 15% off for the whole month. Make sure to watch the getting started video, guys. This getting started video shows you all of the features here that the simulator has and how to use it. So you can take advantage of that. So yeah, this was a big, this is how I learned to trade as well, was backtesting, which is why we ended up making this. So you can try that for free like you asked, no problem. Issue is big money is just buying large amounts of SPY ETC for long-term dividends. Also control over market these stocks. They'll make their money back regardless of price they buy. Yes, exactly. But they also use the losses to offset taxes. Can I BTC now? You want to become BTC? I don't know if you can BTC now. Would you be interested in selling DAX? No. With the momentum it has right now, I think we need some heavy structured shift before we can think about sells, like change of structure, something like this. Create a resistance, pull back, then this is your sells, like these cells here, right? Change of structure, heavy push up, change of structure. Otherwise it could be a higher low like this, and if we start to leave these highs here, could end up continuing. Is your coder for Pip Labs a trader? Yeah, his name's Antonio. He is. That's how we met. Tutor funding. What's going on with the GJ now? Starting to break down slowly. 2 minutes for the 5-minute close. I wonder if we have a 5-minute opportunity here without it blasting through the floor. See, 30-minute here. 30-minute hasn't closed yet. Yeah, I like the idea of 5 as an aggressive shot. I can use this to manage here as well. 7 pips away. Stop loss above here, 13 pips. Break even's aggressive, 5 pips away. Did you watch Disney cartoons when you were a kid? I think I watched more Cartoon Network. Who remembers Cartoon Network? There we go. Yep. It's not around anymore, you know? It's not around anymore. Ben 10, yes, that was legendary on there. Power Rangers? Who watched Power Rangers? That's how we learned English. Oh, damn. Yeah, I used to get in trouble. I used to get in trouble by my mother because I used to watch Cartoon Network. And since I'm British, we call the dustbin a bin. And I used to say, trash. I get in trouble for that. So I used to get told off. I remember that very clearly. Man, I hope this doesn't dump too much further. It's kind of at target now. Still have a little bit of room if it chills. How do you say bottle of water? Same way, man. Bottle of water, that's it. Yeah, my gold shorts might be coming here. 5 minutes. 5 minutes for my gold shorts. No way. Ants. Jojo. What else is something super nostalgic, man? I need to think. You know what was super nostalgic, what I did, guys? The other day I talked with my friends. What did we used to watch on YouTube? Who remembers all the old OG YouTubers back in the day, man? You guys tend to forget. Like Smosh Bros, Fail Army, what else? Name them. All of these old YouTubers. Like, you know, you just forget. You're like, oh, when I was young, I used to watch that, you know? Crazy Russian Hacker. Yeah, exactly, man. PewDiePie, bro. Fred, oh my god, yeah. PewDiePie Slenderman videos. Who remembers Slenderman? Didn't you have a meeting? I do, but I'm just waiting for this closure here. Meeting is at 1 o'clock. So I can make it in time. Slender man. That was crazy. GJ is crazy down? Yeah, fuck GJ, man. Piece of shit. Now it moves. Look where it closed. We wanted it to close there. I don't see a way because 30-minute closed above here. 1 hour closed above. The only way is if 30-minute closed below, then I'll be happy to take a break of low. But look, it's rejecting right now. I'd feel afraid of these rejections. Unless you just went break of this low here. And then now you're break even though when we tap the support. So I wonder if this would have tapped break even. Seems like it's a date, not a meeting. Man, who goes on a date at 12 p.m.? What time of date is that? You want to go for dinner? Yeah, what time? 12 p.m. What? Yep, 12 p.m. I'm in bed by 6. Like, what the fuck, man? You know? Okay, maybe coffee date. Yeah, fine. Fine. No, it's actually quite an important meeting, this one. Who's the lucky one? No one. Will we get the close below support here is the question. Find out in today's episode. Can we break below? 30-minute will close bearish. Breaking this 30-minute low could be an aggressive shot. We need this to close strong bearish here. Stronger bearish, the better. Who remembers that that vlog channel that had like the cap with smile more on it? What's the name of that channel? Who remembers that? What was the name of that? He used to do vlogs. Oh, Smile More is not the name of the person. That was his brand. Let's see this close, guys. This close might come through here. See what top wick is. 35 pips. See if we can get a top wick first. I don't like, we're not closing below the 1 hour, man. That was looking close to close below the 1 hour. Seems sketchy if we don't close below the 1 hour. We need a 5-minute to close below the 1 hour. I need something closing below the 1 hour because that was looking like it was about to close below the 1 hour. That's why I was excited about it. But I feel like this is a bit forced if I'm selling right into this. So what I would need to see is it to break the lowest low. But by the time it breaks the lowest low, we probably get a 5-minute close below. We probably get a 5-minute close below. Yeah, I'm gonna wait for that, guys. Guys, like I said, I have to go for this meeting. I can't delay, but this is my plan. Something closing below this support, I'm gonna take a sell here. That is my trade for today. Gonna look for a sell. GJ, look what happened with GJ, guys. Look what happened with GJ. That's what I mean. This zone is a break-even zone. So don't be fooled. Don't feel like you missed out anything on GJ. Because look at this retracement here. Maximum, I would be out break-even. I won't, you know, and if I didn't get a chance to be break-even, you're basically next to stop loss right now. Which sucks, right? So don't be fooled by that. GJ buys could be an option. I'm not liking the price action on GJ. But if GJ buys this to play out, it's going to be above 820 here, this resistance. But honestly, I'm not really liking too much the price action on GJ. It's looking a bit rangy here, if I'm being honest right now. So yeah, in terms of DAX could be interesting if price wants to break out of this zone. If we create structure here, you can look for a quick one-to-one breakout above this resistance. Quick trade just to catch some volume and get out. That might happen as well. Keep that in mind, guys. Keep that in mind. Look for that. And that's more of your aggressive option because we're so high in the move. But when DAX likes to move, it likes to freaking move. So that would be your only option, is to try that just to get. Now, I do believe that it will reverse probably, unless today is just a day that goes absolutely mental. But you might get a quick one-to-one and then it reverses before later trying upside. So just be careful about that. Don't be too greedy. Understand a lot of the move has happened. So those are the moves I would plan for today. So free trades right there, free trades. Make sure to take note and tag me on Instagram if you do end up taking any of those trades. I'd like to see that, and yeah, we'll take it from there. So it's a pleasure, all of you guys showing up. Unfortunately, we didn't get anything earlier, but yesterday was a blessed day. We can't complain. Let's see how we wrap it up tomorrow. I appreciate everyone showing up on stream. Take care, trade sharp. Leave a like if you haven't, leave a subscribe, and hopefully catch you guys very, very soon. Peace. See you guys.